Inspired so many kids, not only here but across the country today, and we just enjoyed it. We loved it, and people are still hanging around here. We want to get out to meteorologist Ryan Weekman, who has had a great time at Bowling Green State University. We know, Ryan, this is your hometown. How are you feeling now, an hour removed from totality? We know you didn't cry. You're not that type of guy, but what did you think?
It was so amazing. I literally was speechless for a little while, and that's really saying something. All of you that know me, I understand that's saying something. I was joined by, get this, we estimate 5,000 people here in the Doyt, one of the largest viewing parties, if not the largest viewing party in all of Northwestern Ohio. It was a phenomenal time, and I'll tell you what, when that totality happens like a snap of a finger, this crowd erupted. You could hear the applause, you could hear the oohs and the ahs, and then it got silent again. Everybody was taking in that moment, experiencing it for themselves. I'm joined once again. We have great partners here. We've been live up in Toledo and here in Bowling Green with Imagination Station. Megan, you're here with me. Give me your take. I want to hear first impressions of what totality was like for you.
Speechless, just like you said. It was just so quiet and everything like that. It was very cool to take your glasses off and then see the ring or the corona of the sun. There are no words to describe it, that experience.
And I find when you go through events like this, you kind of will snap back to one image or one moment in your memory. What's that going to look like for you?
It's probably going to be when we saw the big diamond ring at the end of totality.
It was amazing. Bailey's beads came out as well. You could see some of the coronal mass ejections happening as well. We got some of those pinks and those reds, so it was incredible. And here we are talking about totality. We're ripping off the rest of the eclipse, which is still happening right now, by the way, as well. And you've been doing a great job here at Imagination Station, having a table set up, showing kids and families how they can still experience the partial eclipse that's still happening.
Yeah. So obviously safety is always first. So there are a couple different ways that you can experience that. If you want to look directly at the sun, obviously your glasses.
Yep.
Or if you're really fancy, you can get solar binoculars that are actually rated to look directly at the sun.
And that like amplifies it. So I looked inside, I'm like, what is this? What are you really going to see? It's the same thing as your sunglasses, but it just magnifies it for you.
Yes. Yeah, it's about, I would say, 3 times or 4 times bigger, I think, in the binoculars, I think.
And then you've also got one of our pinhole viewers here as well.
Pinhole viewers here. You always want your end with the opening to point towards the sun, and you want to make sure your shadow is a square instead of a rectangle, and you'll be able to see that image on the very bottom of it.
Hopefully you have it made because you're pretty much out of time. We still have a little bit of partial. Let me see. Yeah, there's just a little sliver here from BG. It's almost over with. It will be in just a few minutes. By the way, I know we're doing traffic reports with Tatiana, and we're also looking at what's happening. The parking lot is still largely a parking lot here. People aren't moving very quickly. Wooster is completely stopped, and I-75 down here in Bowling Green is crawling. So if you are south of Bowling Green and thinking, when's it time to head north? Not yet. Traffic is still a nightmare down here, but once in a lifetime event, I think it was well worth it. Tim and Kaylee, I've been listening to what you've been saying about this eclipse as well. What do you think? Was your 1.5 minutes, was that enough? Because we had 3 minutes here in BG. It was definitely not enough here.
I'll admit, I thought it was over way too soon.
Yes.
And it didn't even feel like 1:27 seconds to me. But that being said, the chance to experience that was well worth it.
I knew it was going to go by fast, so I didn't want to think about, oh, we only have 1:27 seconds.
Right.
I really wanted to just take it in. I didn't even take pictures because I knew I was not going to have time, and I might have messed it up. So that was not what I was worried about. I just took my glasses off, experienced it, put my glasses back on, and I'll let my first-hand account speak for itself.
I did take the one selfie of us, which was a cool picture.
Yes.
But I probably lost about 10 seconds of totality, so maybe but it was well worth it.
It was.
To remember this day. All right, we'll be right back. Live coverage of this amazing 2024 total solar eclipse continues here on WTOL 11.